Hello, everyone. If I had to give a piece of advice to any college student, it would be this: how to successfully balance two full time commitments like work and school. I remember when I first started my college, my counselor told me that I had to choose between one of those. I had to choose between being a full time student or a full time employee or worker. And I thought in my mind, what if I can do both? In this experience, I learned so many things, and one of them is that you can do everything, that you don't have to choose between one of those because that would be limiting yourself. Of course, if you don't need to work, it is better if you just focus on your classes. But if you do need to work and you want to work for your independency as well, you can definitely do it. Today, I want to talk about three advices that help me to manage this two commitments in this whole year. For example, in my main point, number one, plan your week ahead of time. It is important to recapitulate all the information that you have from your week. For example, if you need to um, do any assignment, due dates assignments, or also if you want to hang out with your friends on the weekend, the time and all the information, as well as your work schedule. So, all this organization is going to help you to reduce the stress because you're going to know that every day has its own matter. So, you're not going to have to worry about the next day or next week because you already planned it ahead of time. This will definitely help you to have clarity and not be anxious about it. Not everything is gonna go No, everything's gonna go perfectly, and that is okay. And that takes me to my second point. Consistency and progress is gonna be better than perfection. Of course, if you make a schedule, you plan to follow it perfectly, but this is not gonna happen all the time. Sometimes you would have to do overtime in your job, or you have to study more time than you thought for a class because it was harder than you thought, and that is okay. Maybe the next day you're gonna wake up earlier and finish that task, or maybe you're gonna stay the weekend, or maybe you're not gonna go out with your friends if you have to finish that. So, that of course demands commitment from you to actually be able to do all those things, and it would depend on you because at the end of the day is your future career and you're going to have to be invested in yourself. So this also takes me to my third point, that is take care of yourself. There are priorities for your health that is, for example, eating and taking your 6, 7, or 8 hours of sleep, not less than that, and also exercising or moving. These all three are going to help you to have the best energy for the best performance. Definitely, you're going to need energy to do and move around as much as you can. So, taking care of that will give you the best of the outcomes. I wanted to tell you that there are some ways for you to have this as an easy journey. For example, if you go to some coffee shop with your friends or by yourself to study and to finish some homework over there, that's gonna make it maybe less boring and more interesting because you're gonna have just different spaces and environments for you to learn and just romanticizing your school life. I think it's very nice to have. And finally, I wanted to tell you that being grateful is a very important thing in this journey because you're gonna notice that not everyone can do their not everyone can go to college. Not everyone can have the opportunity to go to their jobs full time. So if you are able to do these two together, that is definitely gonna be make you feel proud of yourself. In conclusion, this is gonna be if you take the step and the challenge, it's going to be maybe a hard journey, but you're going to be able to do it because it's not about how much time you have or that you need more time, but it's more about what you do with the time that you already have. So, yes, I would tell you that. I hope you have a great day. Bye.